I'm very honored to have the possibility to interview Raymon Blondel, which is the president of the European Paralympic Committee.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
It's so nice that you took time and said yes straight on when I met you last Saturday, that I could interview you now, because I'm sure you have a lot to do. What does your day look like here?
Oh yeah, how does my day look like? Well, I'm here as a president of the European Paralympic Committee to really take advantage of the fact that all nations active in Paralympic sports and all organizations active in Paralympic sports are here in Paris during the Paralympic Games. So it is the best opportunity to meet them, to speak with them, also to watch spectacular sports together, and to discuss the development of the Paralympic movement.
I wanted to ask you, what motivates you every day?
What motivates me every day?
Yes.
What most motivates me?
What?
Yeah, what motivates me most is be there and to contribute in some way to humanity, some way to society. And that's a big motivation for me. I'm a person that likes to help other people, and as you know, in my role as a volunteer in the Paralympic movement, is really like contributing to society and to see if I can play a role in realizing a more inclusive society. So this is, for me, this is my biggest drive.
When did you kind of discover and see that you wanted to work for people that have a disability?
To give you the answer, I will tell you a little bit about my background. Maybe that's easier.
That would be great.
Yeah, it's good. Because I was always into sports, and personally I was an active alpine ski racer from the Netherlands. It's not a very logical choice because the Netherlands is totally flat, so I had to travel a lot, but still I was very enthusiastic and very energetic in participating in international ski competitions. I never made it to the Olympic Games, I never made it to World Championships, but I really took it serious, and I did it with a lot of fun as well, so it was very rewarding. And after my active ski career, I remained always available and active for the Dutch Ski Federation on a voluntary basis, organizing events, helping young kids, taking place in committees to help to grow the skiing organization. And at some stage I was elected on the board of the Ski Federation, and in 2012 I was elected president of the Dutch Ski Federation. And in that time we are, from the Ski Federation, we were very active in including the para-snowboarding and the para-skiing and the para-Nordic skiing in the programs of the Ski Federation. And there was the moment that really it captured my heart. There I saw what it means that if you have an impairment, you're not disabled, you have just other abilities. I was never looking for a career in administration. That was not the thing. I was really looking, where can I put my energy to deliver a contribution, to make a small change in society and to make a society more inclusive. So this is where my choices were based upon. So yeah, so this is already quite some time. More than 10 years, almost 15 years ago, that I really got this drive to do so.
And what have you experienced here at the Paralympic Games?
What have I experienced here?
I mean, with people you have worked with,
Yes.
which people, or I mean, you don't have to tell which one, but I mean, have some of the people you have worked with have opened your eyes in other areas? Do you have something to tell us?
Oh yes,
that?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And it is wonderful to see that the athletes, they are the heroes here at the Paralympic Games, and they will set their best performance and they try to break records and to win medals. But around it is a whole organization that is really focusing on how can we provide the right conditions for people with an impairment to be included in society. And this is not only on the field of sports, on the field of play, this is also in the organization, in a group of volunteers. Everywhere you see there are small innovations, small changes, small new things I've never seen before, where you see, okay, this is really helping people. Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
If you watch television, there's a comment.
Are you telling this to me?
If you,
Sorry.
Yeah. But also, if you watch television, there's a commentator, and the commentator is giving commentaries on what's happening on the field.
Yeah.
But he or she doesn't really explain what's going on.
Yes.
They're mostly telling, oh yes, this is a beautiful score by this basketball player, oh this is a three-pointer, without explaining how this happened exactly. And what is a new innovation is here, not specifically focusing on television, but specifically focusing on blind people or people with a visual impairment in the stadiums, is a real-time commentary. And not only saying, oh yes, this is a nice score. No, they are constantly real-time explaining what's going on the field. Oh, there's an obstruction this, there's a this, oh this, and this will lead, oh they go over to the right side, oh they will go over to the left side.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're really explaining what's going on. And this is a real-time commentating a sports match. And this is a super innovation. You get a headphone on, like in the silent disco, you get a headphone on, it's connected, wireless connected to the system, and you are able, Tonje, to watch the sports game. You're going to sit on the audience, you feel the energy of the audience, you're going to shout and yell and applaud as well, but you get the right commentary at the sports stadium. I think this is a beautiful innovation and a beautiful new way of looking at sport for people with an impairment on one side, but also audience with an impairment on the other side.
Yeah. Did you have, when everything that you have seen here now, did you have an aha discovery when it came to certain disabilities, where some of the athletes have shown you things that you have never seen before? What you have a kind of a discovery?
Yes, I mean there are always athletes that really amaze the world. Then you see a archery. You see there an archer sitting in a wheelchair, having no arms, shooting the arrow, holding the bow with his feet or with one foot, taking the I don't know how it's called in English. So taking the thread with the arrow on it with his teeth and shooting the arrow. And he shoots a 10 as well. He shoots a 10 as well. So there you see, this is really amazing. He has, yes, maybe he has other abilities, but he's really pushing himself beyond that limit. So this is really amazing. There's the swimmer without arms and a paralyzed lower body and swimming in a swimming pool really fast by really a special technique. There you see he adapted his way of swimming to what his body is capable of. And this is really amazing. Yeah, this really surprises me. Yeah.
I guess that you would like also to continue to stay and to work in the Paralympic Games further on.
Yes.
Do you have any plans? Have you also, is it always on the European level? Is it also like all the year on? How does it work?
Well, I was elected president of the European Paralympic Committee in November 2021, so my term ends at the end of next year in 2025. I've got the impression that the goal that I've set myself on a European level I'm not there yet. So the task is not over. So I will put myself back again on the list and stand and run for president of the European Paralympic Committee next year for the second term. And the funny thing is, Tonje, that I never fancied a administrative career or a career in sports administration nationally or internationally. I just found out that there are positions where you are in, there you have the opportunity to have a bigger impact. So, and I do feel that being president of the European Paralympic Committee, I can realize an impact on the contribution to a more inclusive society. And if in the future there's some other organization, whether it's on a European level or on a global level, I don't mind, where I can have more impact or another impact to contribute to a more inclusive society, I would choose maybe for a role like that. It's not a goal on its own, not to say once I had a national role, now a European role, and it must be, so to say, in the future a global role. No, that's not the case. It's about, am I in the position to realize impact? And it's a voluntary role. So, to be honest, it also must always be in balance with, like the daily job and the conditions should be okay. So this is something to take into account as well. And I would love to be, like 100% active for the Paralympic movement in this role, but yet that's also not reality because it's a voluntary role. Yeah.
Have you discovered in which way the athletes have had a team around them, with their family or with trainers, that gives them the confidence, that gives them the belief of being? Have you seen some episodes that have really?
Yes, I think there are a lot of athletes where you can see this very clearly, that the success of an athlete, and this is in Paralympic sports, but it's also in Olympic sports, the success of an athlete is based upon several factors and several forces around these athletes. It's the family, it's friends, it's the coaches, it's a mental coach, maybe it's the nutrition, and it's also the quality of the program that can be provided by a sports federation. So all these elements around the athlete, they, so to say, they form the conditions to get a playing field where you can really perform. And then it's up to the athlete, herself or himself, to get the most out of it and to set the best performance. And this is what you see also during the Paralympic Games, that there are many athletes, they are so close by with their family, because the family played an important role, especially when they were very young, if they were born with an impairment, especially when they were very young. The parents and the direct family, brothers and the sisters, they play a very important role. So you see also here during the Paralympics, a lot of families of Paralympians that are here, a lot of families active on the stands, active there when there is a medal ceremony, and you see how important this is for these athletes.
And is there anything else that you would like to tell me? A question that I have not asked you, for instance, that you always said, oh, why didn't the journalist? I mean, just something that you would like to share.
Yeah, that's maybe something that I would like to share. And maybe you cannot frame this in a question, but it is something that I want to explain. What I think, and this has less to do with sport, but this is more about society. What I think is the power of Paralympic sport is that it is based, like I explained, it is based on what you can do and not what you cannot do anymore. And if you project this principle on many other challenges in society, not in sports, but many other challenges in society, look at people what they can do and not what they cannot do anymore. Look what they can contribute and not at what they cannot contribute anymore. This is a shift of perspective. This is, to me, this is a real paradigm shift that can really make a change in society when making decisions about social security, about education, about whatever. And we see in the Netherlands, where I come from, the whole social security system is based on the principle, what can you not do anymore? Instead of thinking about what can you still do? What can you still contribute? So this is a real paradigm shift, and I hope that someday a change in society will come to look more from this perspective to these kind of social challenges. And now getting back to sports, I believe that sports is the ultimate realm where you can show already how this works. And this is even more powerful than only the story of beautiful medals and beautiful performances. For me personally, this is even more powerful. You can show what it really means if you have another perspective on a challenge, on a social challenge, on a whatever. So I think this is a very strong thing. No journalist asked me this before, but since you brought it up, I would love to share it with you.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice. Well,
thank you for the interview.
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
Then I have the feeling I've seen you.
Yeah, okay, very good, very good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi. I'm very honored I have the possibility to interview Raymon Blondel, which is the president of the European Committee of the Paralympic Games.
It's not that.
No, it's not that either. Community.
Dit gaat nooit lukken. Dit is nooit